Hello Virgos and welcome to Embrace the Moon and your March 2018 Tarotscope. So as I was shuffling, I was tapping into the energy and I got this overall sense of middle ground. So you have been kind of at a place where you have managed to step in a position where you can see the left side of things and the right side of things, metaphorically speaking, and you're somewhere in the middle because you're trying to take it all in, trying to figure out a way to balance everything. And as a result of that, you are entering the month of March, and the beginning part of March is going to be very heavy with this Hermit energy. So being able to disconnect in such a way that is actually healthy for you because you're able to sort of work through details and information, situation, relationships, and everything that's going on in the world around you. And I feel that when I say the world around you, this is personal. This isn't huge. It's not political. It's not, I mean, there could be political undertows regarding people in your personal life, but not on the grander scope. This is not on a grand scope. This is very much on a personal level. So you have managed to kind of detach in a sense, and it's in a way so that you can, as I stated, really kind of absorb and look at everything that is going on around you and really tap into and analyze the situations from every angle in hopes that you can somehow remain neutral regarding the situation, and hopefully keep a stance that's neutral. This energy I feel is very much the first week and second week of March and starting to wane somewhere towards the second week of March for the bulk of you. Mentally, we have the Fool, and this I feel is more towards as the Hermit energy comes to a period of waning and you're kind of coming out of being detached and re-entering and trying to bring with you everything that you know. Mentally, you're going to be trying to figure out how do you reattach, how do you reconnect, how do you step back into this world that you've been observing, taking with you everything that you have learned and maintain who you are as a result of everything that you have learned, and be able to connect and stay neutral. And this, you feel like you're going to get to a point where you feel like this creates its own conundrum. And you're going to spend a lot of time, almost too much time, really considering the logistics of this to the point of almost being overwhelmed and possibly even stopping you from re-entering your world, so to speak, or reconnecting, because there's going to be a sense of hesitation because you feel like this is a giant leap. Because with what you know and how you've considered and analyzed and you've seen everything that has been presented to you from all sides, the perspective you have is so vastly different than others who are involved in the situation. And so I feel that there's going to be a sense of fear that there's going to be a lack of acceptance for your new mindset as a result of it. So that's the biggest thing that I'm tapping into regarding this particular energy. So in the physical realm, we have this resonated with the devil. So that whole concept of being trapped. And I feel that this is going to be connected with relationships, so to speak. Just not being able to reconnect because you have a new profound perception. And a lot of it is how you are anticipating the judgment and the criticism that you're going to be receiving regarding how you view things now, how you see things. And there's such a desire of acceptance for some reason. Whatever this connection it is that you've been dealing with, there's an internal battle of uh, knowing what you know and wanting to hold on to that, and wanting to be accepted as the person you are with knowing what you know and knowing that that doesn't match what other people feel or view that surround you in your personal life. So you're kind of chained and battling this out internally. And this is part of the Hermit stage 2. The Hermit, I feel, archetype presented itself as in just stepping back and trying to analyze wisely. And it sort of evolved into this inner struggle of, okay, now I'm different as a result of knowing and taking a step back and seeing. How do I ensure that I'm the same person even though I'm different? And so there's just this struggle again to re-enter into the connections that you've had, because you've just been kind of enlightened in a way that those who are in your life haven't been. So some of the growth, basically some of the growth and expansion that you have experienced, those you hold dear to you haven't experienced this. So you're really grappling with, how do I reconnect with them, present myself as the version of who they see, and somehow manage to also present this new side of myself that is enlightened and has grown and expanded on this level. And this is really going to play a part in the Hermit energy and the struggle to shift from it. That being said, I do believe that the connections that you have with people in general still holds promise. There's still a way that you can connect, especially with those who really love you and hold you dear to your heart, and you hold them dear to your heart as well. There's definitely the promise of a new beginning, so to speak. So there's no reason why you can't ground the relationship with this new side of you that has this perception. Those who love you and hold you dear already know and accept you as the person you have always been from the moment they've met you, including the person that you have grown in to as the time has passed that the relationship length has been. And they're still going to love and embrace you with this new perception that you have. And I'm not sure what kind of shifted perception you have experienced, but obviously it's something big enough that it's weighing heavy on your mind. It's really making you grapple with the relationship in your physical world, what makes up your physical world. I'm not sure if it's something that you feel that you need to be true to yourself by expressing. And this is definitely something that you're going to have to kind of, this is part of the struggle that you're going to experience. But take heart in knowing that when the time comes that you have to kind of present your new side or your new perception, you will be guided and know how you can present it to the people that you want to keep into your personal realm, into your personal world. And know that also this opens doors for new relationships as well, new friendships, new connections. So take heart in that. Growing always has growing pains, essentially. And if you think over the course of your life, there has been moments in our lives where we outgrow a specific group of people and we grow into new groups of people. And usually it just kind of happens. Sometimes they can be painful, but it's a part of life as we grow and expand, because we all grow and expand in different ways. So usually most people, the friends that they had in 3rd grade are not the friends that they had in 10th grade. Not always are the friends that they have in college, and so on and so forth. I think that we get kind of stuck with this illusion that any and all friends we've ever had in our entire lives, we must always maintain some sort of connection forever and ever. Amen. And this sort of comes with, I feel, the world that we live in, provoked by social media. And I've had this conversation with people before, especially when tapping into Facebook, and how Facebook connects us with people that even 20 years ago, other circumstances would never have had you in that connection at that extent ever. So there was a point in time, if you had a high school friend and for whatever reason you went different ways, you lived different lives, you got married, you had kids, whatever the scenario may be, you didn't keep in contact with them. You didn't know anything about their lives. You may have gone home maybe for a festival or whatever at some point, or a holiday, and you run into each other because you're both from that specific hometown, and you do a quick catch up. Hey, this is what I'm doing with my life. These are the people in my family now. This is, this what make up my family. This is my job. This is my career. This is what I'm doing. It was great to catch up. Maybe I'll see you again. And then that was it. A lot of times that was it. And you may never see that person again unless there's some sort of high school reunion. But even then, that's no promise. So sometimes the connections we have as we go through life, we would just organically move away from. And that was considered healthy and okay. But we've created a society norm that it's actually considered more proper to maintain friendship with someone who you sat beside during lunch in second grade, and you may have had a conversation in second grade, but you connected with them, so now you're friends on Facebook, and now you must share everything about your life, and you must maintain connection with them at all costs. This does not have to be, and if you can remember that we grow and expand in different levels, different degrees, it'll be easier for you to recognize that some of the connections that you have, you may have already outgrown. They may have already outgrown you. You might already be disconnected from, and that's okay. But also remember that throughout your life, as you move from one point to another, you also had new connections and new relationships and new friendships that you were able to ground this new side of yourself that you grew and expanded into. And this is, I feel, the energy that is coming with this Ace of Pentacles. And I know that was really, really long-winded, but I'm trying to kind of really fulfill that concept for you because I feel that it's necessary. I feel that it's needed. So just recognize that this growth that you've experienced during that Hermit stage that was leading into March and is going to be in the first and second week of March still, just slightly, it's going to present expansion in a direction that's going to open up the ability to connect and ground new relationships that are similar, that's going to help you grow in that direction that you desire. So as a result of this conundrum that I'm feeling, I do get an overall sense that you are going to have this battle that's going to continue, and it's going to start to affect you spiritually as a result of the Hermit stage. And then not so much the Hermit stage as much as, coming out of it, and then what you have to grapple with as you come out of that Hermit stage. There's just, I feel an overall sense of really battle internally with what you really want now. Do you really want to grow in this direction? Because this direction leads to, and you're going to analytically lay out what it leads to and what it means you're leaving behind versus what you already have. And, what part of this growth and experience during the Hermit stage can you leave behind, or do you want to leave behind? And so I do feel that there's just going to be this bit of an internal battle with your inner self regarding. And it's being resonated over and over again. So I feel that this is just something that's going to be an energy you're going to feel as you move through March. And I think the reason why you're getting this particular reading is to kind of make you mindful of it so that yes, what you're feeling is true. Yes, this grapple was not, something that you should just push away unless you just don't want to deal with it. I'm a big believer in free will, so if you decide, yep, done chucking this to the side, I'm going to go live my life, we have that right to do that. But if you're wanting to work with it and you're wanting to roll with it, but you're going around and round and round with this grapple, this message is just to let you know, yep, you're right, this is exactly the energy that you are feeling. You can persevere. because, you know, you'll get to an end result as a result of it. And you can connect to that guidance that you need that help you to give you the strength to persevere and help you to know which way that you definitely want to go. That will make you feel satisfied with the decisions that you make once you get to the other end of it. I do feel that the third week of March seems to be very hot in general because it's been coming up repetitively in these readings. So somewhere around the third week of March, the heat of this battle, I feel, is going to start to wane. And so that's just not going to be as heavy somewhere around the third week of March. Some clarity, personal understanding, just resolution on yourself, on your part, I feel is going to kind of come bubbling to the surface around the third week of March. The strength for the month is the 10 of Cups, or the 9 of Cups, sorry. And I really do feel that this is really focusing on, it's asking you to focus on what makes you happiest. And I really feel that I'm being pressed to tell you, to remind you of when you went into Hermit stage, what it was that caused you to kind of disconnect slightly, take a step back and try to see the picture from a broader scale. There was something that resonated with you that made you decide to take a better look from a different angle. And you're being asked to remember that, because in there lies the key to your happiest desires. What it is that your soul feels will feed and nurture you and help you feel that you've been fulfilled. That is your strength. That's what you want to focus on. So every time you feel kind of bogged down and weighed down by this round and round and round grappling that you are going to be experiencing, and just focus on what it is that you truly want, what it is that you know is going to nurture ultimate happiness for you when you get to the other side of this. That's your strength. That's what you want to focus on. The obstacle is the Ace of Wands, and this just screams that your obstacle is, you're going to get to a point once in a while that you're going to feel, okay, I'm done. I want to move on. And you're just being kind of asked, is that truly what you want? If you come up against that, sit down, have a conversation with yourself. Do you really want to just end the battle and go back to who you were before you went into the Hermit stage? If you do, you have the free will to do that. Nothing wrong with that. You will still be impacted by what you know, what you've seen in this perception. But you can make that merge into the life however you see fit. But is that what you want? You're just being asked, is that what you want? So the actions and the directions that you plan on taking, your actions, can potentially be your obstacle. And it's the lack of action. It's the desire to create action because of this round and round and round and wanting to step out. You're just being asked to sit down with yourself, have a conversation with yourself, be honest with yourself. Is this what you want? Is this what you want to go back to? Do you want to go back to knowing what you know, to what you had before? Or do you want to see this through because you know that it has something, there's something there for you at the other side? It's your choice. You can make whatever decision you want. It's okay. And I've gone through this myself, and I feel like I have to share this. I've gone through this myself, where I've been through a very heady time where I'm just experiencing so much and I'm getting so many messages and what have you, and I feel overwhelmed. And I have actually gotten messages myself where it basically stated, you have free will. You can stop going with this specific flow of energy and you can choose another route. You just have to decide if that's what you want. Once you make the decision, you'll be guided with that decision in whatever direction you want, whatever direction the decision is going to take you. You just have to kind of really sit down with yourself and decide, is this what you want? I'm not going to tell you what I decided because I don't want to influence your decision. I want you to feel resonated with your higher self, with your inner self, to know, I, beyond a shadow of doubt, no arguments, want this. And then move with that, wherever that goes. And be open to the guidance. And when you feel the need to hurry up and make a rash decision for action, sit down with yourself again and ask yourself, is this what I want? And again, go from there. All right, so that is all I have for the core message. I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for kind of wrapping it up or mantra. We'll see what we get for you. Fawn, ancestry, and family. And I feel this is very specific about not family as in those who are making up your family now. I feel this is in some way connected to actual ancestry. There's something there for you. And for those of you who that does not resonate with, I also have sky blue, express more magic. You're supposed to just really tap into that. And this goes for everybody. really tap into that part of yourself that feels powerful, that feels unlimited and feels capable. And express that in some way or another. You can express it privately. You don't necessarily have to make it loud and present it to people to witness. You can do this just for yourself on a personal level, but find a way to express that inner magic that you hold that makes you feel unlimited and powerful in some way or another, and do it often. This will help you ground yourself. Do it often. All right, Virgos, that is all I have for you for this month. Make it a great one, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.